How's it going, everyone? Corinne Joy Bota, current sports photographer slash other type of photographer. Maybe you've seen me. I shoot professional sports. I shoot professional baseball, soccer, rugby, a lot of international shooting. Well, international sports that have taken place in America. I hope to be shooting more internationally in the future. Just want to be honest about my skills and qualifications. I'm newer to this. Which is a conversation for another day about how new or not new I am and why. But I did a post recently talking about the Sony G Master 100-400. And in that, I discussed all the cons of that lens. And there are many. And there's also a lot of pros. It's a great lens for what it is and what you need it to be. It's just not the great lens for me. Now, in that video, I came to a conclusion that I needed to sell it, or I couldn't sell it, I guess I should say, because every time I went to go sell it, something would come along where I'm like, oh, that lens is perfect for that. And as I've been thinking about that since posting that video, I realized I was talking myself into keeping something I really don't need anymore. The 100-400 G Master, it is the lens I love to hate. I'm not going to lie. And the reason being is it's a slower lens. The aperture, f4.5 to 5.6. Again, it's not an f8. It's not horrible. But for night games or low lighting, it is just simply not an option. You have to crank your ISO up way too high. And I'm a sports shooter. Now, if I were doing like landscape settings and I could really have like a very slow shutter, sure, yeah, it's a perfectly acceptable use for this. But I'm not. All my shutter speeds have to be a minimum of thousandths of a second, and usually I'm starting to go 2000ths of a second or even higher now. So this lens it isn't it for sports. It is a great lens for what it is, but as I've gotten to really appreciate my 70-200, even with a 1.4 converter on it, I'm getting 100-300 with an f4, which is still faster than this Sony 4.5. This has been a great lens, though, for me. Like I was saying before, it is my first big white lens that I bought, and I have truly loved it. I have. I just realized how limiting it was from the start. So if you're thinking about buying this lens, I wouldn't buy it for two reasons. First, it's going on 7 or 8 years old. And other lenses that old in Sony's lineup have had new versions come out. I'm not saying there's a new version of this coming. If there is, I pray to God it's the 100-300 f2.8. Please, Sony gods. But most likely it'll probably just be a revamped version of this, maybe better autofocus. Probably the same kind of, actually, I'm not even sure why they would come out with a second version of this. It's been such a great lens. Yeah, so that's reason one. And then reason two, just the practicalness of it. I can get that f4 with the 70-200, and I'm just not using it. I have the 300 G Master that I love, 70-200, that X-Reach the 400. I happen to have a 400 G Master, which is phenomenal. Hopefully the Sony is working on a new version of that. Fun fact, Nikon has a 400-2.8 G Master. All the major companies do, like Canon. But Nikon's has a built-in 1.4 teleconverter that you can turn on or off, which, yeah, I'm assuming drops it from a 2.8 to an f4. But just that flexibility in the moment to go to 560, especially on some of my longer field sports I shoot, some soccer I shoot, some rugby I shoot, some NFL I'm shooting, that would be really cool. I don't think they'll do it. I think that's Nikon's part, like Nikon's party trick. But either way, this 100-400. The other thing about this lens that I realize now in hindsight I don't love is this. It's extension. It's fine, right? Like it's fine. It's totally normal for lenses to extend like that. It's just as I've gotten used to the 70-200 or even the 50-150 f2 that I have, they don't zoom externally. It's an internal zoom. And it just, from a weighting and balance perspective, it's so much better. Not to mention when you're walking with this lens, even though it has like a tight or loose switch or smooth switch, it starts to kind of drip out. Like it starts to, as you shake it, it starts to sag. So another con of that one. Anyways, this has been a great lens. It's going to be available on eBay for sale. I've yet to find, in the music world, we have a site that's called Reverb. That's awesome. People buy and sell their gear on there all the time directly. It's really smooth. That just doesn't exist for photography yet. I've seen a site out there that's trying to do it. It just hasn't caught on. Either way, this has been a great lens. Don't buy it. Do not buy the 100-400 if you are a sports shooter. Do not buy it. Get a 70-200. Get a 300 if you can swing it. Do not buy this lens. I think Tamron has something that's similar in range. That's like an f2.8. So does Sigma, I think. I would go that, so you still have the flexibility of shooting night games and day games. But this lens does not go out after sunset ever. It does not go out during golden hour ever. It does not go out within 2 hours of golden hour ever. Not a great sports lens. Anyways, hey, thanks again. This Corinne Joy Bota. Please subscribe. I think I'm going to start trying to do this for real. So please subscribe. Appreciate it. And we'll see you on the fields.